Welcome back, guys, to UEFA Champions League Fantasy Podcast. In this video I'm going to show you the best players you must buy in UCL Fantasy and the worst players you must avoid at any cost. When I was working on a list, I just had some metrics in my mind with which I picked that players in the list. So those metrics are the playtime in their club, the position, price of course, the experience in the Champions League, and what's the most important, the calendar in the group stage. So guys, as usual, I want to ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video because 97% of the viewers have not subscribed yet, and please give me that motivation and help me to reach the milestone which is on the screen right now. So guys, let's start with the goalkeeper. In the void section, I just picked 4 goalkeepers, and of course I'm going to explain why I did that. I'm going to start with Jan Oblak, whose price is 6 million. He's one of the most expensive goalkeeper in UCL Fantasy this year. And Atletico de Madrid just conceded three matches in a row in La Liga, and their defense is not like they used to be. So guys, Jan Oblak has the first 3 matches against Liverpool, then Frankfurt and Arsenal. So two out of 3 is in away game in England. So against Liverpool and against Arsenal. So 2 Premier League team who love to score goals at homeland. So guys, avoid Jan Oblak because the game week is hard, and also his price is too much, and Atletico de Madrid just concedes too many goals in this season. Then is Wojciech Szczęsny from Barcelona. So I probably you know, but Wojciech Szczęsny is not the starter goalkeeper anymore, because after the transfer of Juan Garcia, which is in the buy section on the right, Wojciech Szczęsny just left his starting position in Blaugrana starting lineup. So guys, his price is 5.5 million, and he was very good in last year, but at this moment he is not going to be starter. So don't cost 5.5 million with him. Of course, his teammate Ter Stegen in the same situation, because his price is 5 million, and also both of them, Wojciech Szczęsny and Ter Stegen, are not going to be starters. So don't waste your money, and let's see the next one is Ederson, who probably is going to be sold until transfer window ends, because Ederson loves to play. Possibly he's going to play for Galatasaray or some Saudi team, and if he is going to stay, possibly there is Trafford in Manchester City, who will be in the starting lineup, or just citizens are going to buy Donnarumma from PSG, and that means Ederson will not be in the starting lineup, and his price is 5.5 million. So don't waste your money to buy him. Next is Mark Flaken, who is Leverkusen goalkeeper, and just Leverkusen conceded 6 goals in 2 matches in Bundesliga. So that's too much. So imagine how many goals they possibly are going to concede in the Champions League, and Mark Flecken's price is 5 million. In the Premier League he was very efficient goalkeeper, but possibly in the Champions League he will not be same. So guys, avoid that kind of goalkeepers, and now I'm going to tell you whom to buy. The first one is Thibaut Courtois from Real Madrid, because the calendar for Real Madrid is too good. At the beginning they are going to play against Marseille, then Kairat in away game. So then it's Liverpool, but calendar is so balanced, you know, and having Thibaut Courtois in Real Madrid just conceded only a single goal in La Liga campaign during 3 matches. So guys, having Thibaut Courtois under 6 million, and you know he loves to save too many shoots, and possibly it brings us extra points. Now having an efficient and beneficial, we can tell it's Jan Sommer from Inter Milan, because Inter Milan, the first 4 game week is brilliant, because they are going to play against Ajax, Slavia, Union, and then Kairat. So imagine guys, having Jan Sommer and Inter, and they don't love to concede a goal, just like they used to be in the last season, and this season they did not concede single goal yet. And Jan Sommer, brilliant goalkeeper. The price of course is too high, but we can see the calendar: Ajax, again Slavia Praga, Union Saint-Gilles, and Kairat. So I think at least I expect at least 3 clean sheets for Jan Sommer and Inter in that terms. So the next one is David Raya, who I think deserves to be 6 million goalkeeper in UCL fantasy, but surprisingly for me, and of course I'm happy with it, David Raya's price is 5.5 million, and of course the first match is against Athletic Bilbao, then Olympiacos, then Slavia, and then Atletico. So just like Jan Sommer case, David Raya has a good start if we see the fixtures, so having him under 5.5 million is very good one. And Arsenal also does not love to consider goal, and David Raya is a brilliant goalkeeper, so I think I predict at least 2 or 3 clean sheets for him. Next is Juan Garcia, whose price is 4.5 million. Of course you are interested, and everyone wants the cheap goalkeeper in that term. So having Juan Garcia at this moment, guys, his price is 4.5 million, and instead of Wojciech Szczesny, he will be the starter goalkeeper in Blaugrana. So Barcelona, despite the fact they have hard fixtures in front, just like match against Newcastle at St. James Park, then match against PSG at home, but the rest of the 6 matches are too good for them. So I think during 8 matches, possibly we are going to see, if not any rotation, we are going to see at least 4 or 5 clean sheets for Juan Garcia, and under 4.5 million. That kind of goalkeeper is too good. We have also the substitutions, the replacements for him, and those probably are going to be differentials, just like Trubin from Benfica. So I will have another video about differentials, and I will mark that kind of differentials, whom to pick for the starting lineup. So guys, let's see now defenders, and of course I'm going to start with the avoid section, and I have the first player, Alejandro Grimaldo, who was, I think, one of the best player in the last campaign of UCL fantasy. But guys, this time you know that Leverkusen just sold too many leaders, and Alejandro Grimaldo, surprisingly for me, he is not leaving not PSG, Leverkusen, and Alejandro Grimaldo's price is 6 million. That's why I'm not going to pick him, and of course I advise you not to pick him and avoid him at any cost, because Alejandro Grimaldo's price is 6 million. Possibly he is not going to be same in attack and of course Leverkusen just concedes too many goals, so no interest to pick that kind of player. Then is William Saliba from Arsenal, and of course it's a little bit surprise for you to see William Saliba in that list, but imagine, guys, having William Saliba and Gabriel on the other hand, whose price is 5.5 million, and William Saliba's cost, I don't know why, but it's a 6 million, and Gabriel is better at ball recoveries. Gabriel is better in attack because he loves to score goals. He's better fit at set pieces, and why William Saliba's cost is 6 million. So avoid that kind of player when you have the replacements from the same team, just like Gabriel, whose price is 5.5 million, Ricardo Calafiori, whose price is 4.5, and a Timber, whose price is 5 million. So guys, the next one is Alexander Arnold. Of course, that's another ridiculous surprise for you, but Alexander Arnold have not guaranteed the starting lineup in Real Madrid, and possibly there will be rotation between them and Carvajal, because nobody wants to have less time. So it will be hard question for Xabi Alonso to bring Carvajal and Alexander Arnold and give them at the same time. Possibly Alexander Arnold will be the first choice, but of course, imagine that you have 6 million defender, and there is Dani Carvajal, whose price is 4.5, and it will be rotation between them. I think maybe against Marcel, Arnold is going to start, but against Kairat, it will be Carvajal's time. So guys, I'm not going to use Alexander Arnold's transfer at the first game week. Antonio Rudiger, another one, and he was the best defender during last season campaign for Real Madrid, but this time Dan Hussein and Eder Militao, who is playing brilliantly, and superb player, and I think Antonio Rudiger will have to fight for the starting lineup. So I think he is not going to be starter, and under 5.5 million, not not recommended to pick. Andrew Robertson for the same reason, just Karkesh is in the starting lineup, so Andrew Robertson will have that bench. So I mean, Arne Slot loves rotation, just like he did in the last campaign in UCL, but this time I think I'm going to avoid with Andrew Robertson because his price is too high and Karkesh has the same price. So if I want to buy that kind of player, I would buy Karkesh and not him. Manuel Akanji, the next one, possibly sold in this summer before the end of the transfer window. So Manuel Akanji is a 5 million defender, and he loves that ball recoveries, you know, and he's one of the best at it, and he loves also to score a goal. But this time Manchester City and him decide to part away, and I think Manuel Akanji is going to leave Manchester City sooner or later. So he will not set starter player, and I'm not going to pay that cost for him. Now let's say the players, the defenders who is recommended to buy, and I'm going to start with Ricardo Calafiori, and just I explained it in the case of William Saliba that Ricardo Calafiori's price is 4.5 million, and he has the teammate Timber, which price is 5 million, and also I recommend to buy him. Both of them are very good in the Premier League, and they also accumulated many points already in FPL. So guys, they are too active in attack, and they love to score goals. So from the set pieces, the main threat was Gabriel in the last season, but in this season it's Timber and Ricardo Calafiori. So under 4.5 million, why not to pick him? But there is only a single problem with him, that Ricardo Calafiori often gets injured. So I think add an extra 0.5 million and having Timber is the better one. But at this price, if you want to have the defender from Arsenal, Ricardo Calafiori is the best one. Next one is Dan Hussein from Real Madrid, and who has the guaranteed starting lineup. It's him, Dan Hussein, who just made an assist against Mallorca, and he's also very active in attack. You know, he loves to score goals, just like he did in Bournemouth. And then Hussein has the ability to be the leader in the defense, and also at ball recoveries he's too good. So under 4.5 million, he is one of the best assets in UCL fantasy. Next one is Achraf Hakimi from PSG, and no surprises about him, because Hakimi is very good in attack, and he's one of the best, if not the best, defender who loves to attack, and he's too efficient. And I think he has that ability again to score many goals or made an assist. So guys, Achraf Hakimi is one of the demanded player at that moment in UCL fantasy. Jeremy Frimpong from Liverpool, and despite the fact the calendar is not easy, I guess, and Liverpool possibly concedes goal, but Jeremy Frimpong in attack is too efficient, and at ball recoveries he's not that worst, I know, and he had the ability to have the ball recoveries extra points. So Jeremy Frimpong, who is very active in attack and former teammate of Alejandro Grimaldo, I just tell you to avoid Alejandro Grimaldo, but I just recommend to buy Jeremy Frimpong, because who else but him has the ability to attack from Liverpool's defensive side, and with Mohamed Salah I think he is going to be too efficient. Then is Ryan Aït-Nouri, who has debuted in UCL, and he's very active player, of course. And from Manchester City, I think the defender you can pick who will join attack often, it's Ryan Aït-Nouri, and also he has that possibility to make many assists to Erling Haaland. So who else but Ryan Aït-Nouri is the player if you want to pick from Manchester City's defensive side, and the calendar is too good for him. I think he deserves to be bought by for 5 million. Next, Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan. I explained the situation, what kind of situation has Inter Milan, because they have two good calendar: Ajax, Slavia Praga, Union, and I guess another team was Kairat in the first fixture. So guys, Denzel Dumfries, very active player in attack, and he loves to score goals also. And who else but him from the set pieces? He's a threat. And guys, if you want 6 million defender with efficiency, it's Denzel Dumfries for me. According to fixtures, in front of him. And if you want to have the cheaper option from Inter Milan with this kind of calendar, I guess there is Acerbi with 4.5 million, and who else but Benji Pavard, who is also with 4.5 million, and I just picked him in my last video and in my with my first draft, so you can watch it on my channel. So guys, the next is Jules Koundé from Barcelona, and that kind of player was very efficient in last season. This time Eric Garcia is playing in that position, but I think Koundé will return soon, and of course, he is going to take that starting lineup, and Koundé under 5.5 million with the very efficient ball recovery statistic, and possibly he will have the extra points with him. Jonathan Tah from Bayern, and newly added player from Leverkusen, and Tah is very good. I think better than Upamecano or other defensive players from Bayern. So if you want to pick any player from defensive side of Bayern, you can pick Upamecano or Jonathan Tah, but I advise you to pick Tah. Nicolas Otamendi, another player, and if we talk about efficiency, Nicolas Otamendi loves ball recoveries, and he is one of the best at it. And of course, I think he has one of the most point taker with ball recoveries. So Otamendi is very efficient, and his calendar is also too good to pick that kind of player. Of course, there is Cuti Romero at ball recoveries, he is also good, and other players. But about differentials, I will have another video, of course, just like I told you. So guys, don't waste the time and just start with the midfielders. In my avoid section, I have Cole Palmer from Chelsea. Not because he is injured, guys. I think under 9.5 million and the first match against Bayern, I don't think that Cole Palmer has that brilliant opportunity to score a goal, or he's not must-buy player. So I'm going to avoid him at any cost, because under 9.5 million is too much, guys, and approximately 10th of our budget, and I'm not going to waste it, at least for the single fixture. I mean the first fixture. Next is Florian Wirtz, who was the brilliant gem in the last season, but in this season he just he's a shadow of himself, and in Liverpool he needs time to open, and of course he will be too efficient, I believe. But at this point, picking Florian Wirtz under 9 million, all deserved. He deserved to be that kind of rise in price, but that increase is not looking good for me, because his recent shape is not the best. So under 9 million, I'm not going to pick him. Next is Jude Bellingham, whose price is 8.5, and the single reason why I'm not going to pick him is that shoulder injury, and the operation was already made. So don't pick that player, because if you skip that information, Jude Bellingham will be returned possibly in October or November. So in September, you must not pick him, at least for the starting calendar. Next is Rodrigo, guys, who is registered as the midfielder who was forward during last 2 seasons in UCL Fantasy, but this time he is a midfielder, and he is not going to be starter in Real Madrid, possibly at the beginning of the season. So guys, avoid him at any cost, because 8.5 million is too much to pay for the player who is on the bench. Hakan Çalhanoğlu from Inter Milan, who just loves to take penalties and score screamers, but Hakan Çalhanoğlu this time is the player who is possibly leaving Inter Milan for any Turkish club or just Saudi. So I'm going to avoid him, because under 7 million, and he is not going to play at the beginning. So Inter possibly sells Hakan, and I am going to avoid him. Next is Dani Olmo from Barcelona, who was very efficient in the last season for me, but at this point he has not the guaranteed starting lineup. At least there is Rashford, and Rafinha is playing behind the forward. Then is Ferran Torres, who is playing very well, and Lewandowski is going to take that forward position and in the starting lineup. So there is Fermin Lopez, and Barcelona just hopes that Fermin Lopez plays too much. So guys, Dani Olmo has not guaranteed starting lineup, and under 7 million, I'm not going to pick him. And let's start, guys, with the buy section, and I'm going to start, of course, with one of the best player in the planet at this moment, that's Lamine Yamal, whose price is 10 millions, and that Ryzen all deserved because, guys, his price was 7.5 million, just like in the case of Rafinha, but that increase is all deserved because now his price is 10 million, and I think he will be the crucial player for Barcelona, despite the fact the first fixtures are hard against Newcastle and against PSG. I think who else but him has all the ability to score. And in the last season, Rafinha was the pure leader of Blaugrana in the Champions League, but this year I think all the odds to Lamine, sorry, and I think he must have many managers are going to pick him from the beginning. Next is Rafinha, his teammate. And the increase is of course deserved because what a statistic in the last season, and he was the best player for me in the Champions League during the last season. And Rafinha, maybe many of us have the question, he is able to continue like this or not, but at the beginning of La Liga during 2 games he just made 2 assists and scored 2 goals, so the shape is same, so why not having Rafinha? He's very important player, so after Lamine I think Rafinha will be the leader in the Champions League this year in the front three for Barcelona. Next one is Bukayo Saka, and what a start is going to have Arsenal because of that calendar. So Bukayo Saka, the price is 9.5 if not mistaken, possibly 9 or 9.5, but Saka loves to play in the Champions League, and he's very efficient. If we see the fixtures, of course, there is a huge possibility that Saka will bring many points to us. Next is Kvaratskhelia from PSG, and the calendar is too hard, I know, but the first fixture is against Atalanta, and who else but Kvara had the ability to score many goals for them. But recently Kvaratskhelia had the injury, and Barcola was playing superb in the starting lineup, so nobody knows. Possibly there is a probability that Barcola, Due, and Dembele are going to start the first match, or just Kvaratskhelia, Due, and Dembele, or 4 of them, nobody knows. So let's wait for the situation. Okay, Michael Olise from Bayern, and the first fixture I know it's against Chelsea, but next there is Paphos and there is Brugge. So who else but Michael Olise from a midfield side of Bayern are going to score? So Olise is very efficient, you know, and under 8 million, I think he's the best player to be picked. João Neves and Vitinha from PSG, and what a match from João Neves against Toulouse, because he scored hat-trick, and what kind of hat-trick, the best hat-trick I have ever seen. So João Neves possibly is going to be the highly demanded player, just like Vitinha, and also 6 million price, and he is very attractive to have in your team. Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea, 6.5, and he loves to be leader in Chelsea, and because he loves to take penalties in the absence of Cole Palmer. And Enzo Fernandez, I mean, the first match is against Chelsea, I know, sorry, against Bayern, I know, in a away game, but the rest of the calendar is looking too good, if not exclude Barcelona from it. So Moses Caicedo, and what kind of player at ball recoveries, I know we must have the extra points, and who else but Moses Caicedo will be the leader in Chelsea's midfield side. Of course we have Rodri, Tchouaméni and others, but I think Moses Caicedo is one of the best player at this moment if we get ball recoveries. And of course Caicedo is a brilliant under 6 million. Let's start, guys, with the forwards, and my forward list is made by 5 players to be avoided at any cost. So I'm going to start with Omar Marmoush, who is registered as a forward in UCL, but especially he is not forward, you know, and he is forward but he does not play as a forward because he is at least behind of Erling Haaland. So avoid Omar Marmoush because 8.5 million I think is too much to have the forward position, to fill the forward position with an actual midfielder. So next one is Alexander Isak. Despite the fact he leaves Newcastle or not. I think he has not shape at the moment. So at least for the first fixture, I think having Alexander Isak under 9 million, I think it's not reliable. So Alexander Isak, avoid at any cost at for example at the beginning, and then use chip strategy or something like this if Isak plays very well, and nobody knows if he joins Liverpool or not yet. Next is Romelu Lukaku, and I think there is not many explanation, because Napoli and Conte does not love to play Champions League football, especially Conte, because he just he can't play Champions League football, and it's another specialty. And Romelu Lukaku and Napoli under 8 million, I think I'm not going to pick that kind of player. And Napoli also has very hard fixtures from the beginning. Then is Dominic Solanke from Spurs, and I just count that Solanke was going to be the starting player for Spurs at this season, but it's Richarlison instead of him. So under 7 million, don't pick that kind of player. And the last one is Marcus Rashford, who I don't know why, but he's registered as a forward, and actually he is midfielder, and he does not play as a forward. In the case of absence of Lewandowski, even Marcus Rashford is not having that forward position, and Ferran Torres plays as a pure striker. So Marcus Rashford, who can't play at this moment in Barcelona, he has not that efficiency, and no points accumulated in La Liga even. So Marcus Rashford, I think has not that recommendation to be picked from the first fixtures. But we have tons of forwards who can be picked and bought and recommended, who must buy in UCL fantasy from the beginning. So those are of course no wonder for you, and no surprises, because Harry Kane, because he has very good start. Even the first match is against Chelsea, but Harry Kane has a brilliant start in Bundesliga, and this guy is in one of the best striker in the world right now. So having him with a good calendar, I think Harry Kane is worth to pick, and his price is 10.5 million, I know, but one of the most expensive player in UCL fantasy, but I think he deserves to be picked. Next is Kylian Mbappe, who also has very good calendar. Marcel and Paphos at the first two games. It seems Kylian Mbappe will have that captaincy on his match day. So guys, the next is Erling Haaland, who is also a goal machine, I know, and Manchester City has also a good calendar, very attractive. The first match is against Napoli, I know, at home, who does not love to concede goal, but if Rodri is going to play likewise he did a year ago, I think Erling Haaland will have that free space in front, and if City is going to be such a dominant, and I guess Erling Haaland is going to score many goals in UCL. The last season was a failure for me and for Manchester City, but this season I hope if you pick Erling Haaland, I think he will be one of the best option and attractive option at this moment in UCL fantasy. Next is Ousmane Dembele, who changed position and is forward right now. He was the midfielder in the last season and very efficient midfielder. Ousmane Dembele, especially after the group stage, he was one of the best players, if not the best. So the price is increased 10 million, but I think even under 10 million and the hard fixtures, Ousmane Dembele deserves to be in the starting lineup, and he scored already goals in PSG this season in French league. Next is Lautaro Martinez, and who is going to be hidden gem for me, because I talked about the four best fixtures, and if you ask me who has the best fixtures, I think Inter has the best start, best beginning, because the first four matches are going to be very good for them, and next four are very hard. So picking Lautaro for the first four fixtures are going to be crucial for us. Even 9.5 million, and his price is increased, I know, but Lautaro deserved to be in the starting lineup, and Lautaro will score many goals, I guess, alongside Thuram and others, because the fixtures are looking too good. Next is Serhou Guirassy, but I'm not sure if he's worth to buy under 8 million, because the fixtures fixtures are hard for him, and I mean, having Serhu Girassi, I don't know if he's worth to buy or not, but because of the last season and the current shape, Serhu is in very good shape. So let's wait a little bit and let's decide then. The Viktor Gyökeres, I think the shape is not the best at this point, but the ability to score is too much, because the calendar is looking good for him, and who else but Viktor Gyökeres and Saka might take that responsibility and score for Arsenal. So Viktor loves to score in Champions League, just like he did in the case of Sporting, and now from Gunners, I think Viktor will have that all ability to score many goals. And now, guys, about a little bit differential forwards. I mean, Luis Diaz, whose price is 7.5 million, and I know I just explained it's not recommend to pick the midfielder, actually midfielder in the spot of forward, just like I explained in the case of Omar Marmoush. But Luis Diaz, compared to Omar Marmoush, is very efficient, guys, this year, and he scored already too many goals. And then there is also Richarlison, who also scored many goals already in this season, and whose price is 6.5 million. And if you want that little bit differential player, I'm going to advise you him. So guys, I'm going to have that differential video later, and I will explain that possible differential players I know. So guys, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and of course you can comment down below and tell me whom are you going to avoid at any cost or buy, and who is essential player in UCL fantasy, and who is going to shine. So guys, thank you for watching, and see you later. Wish you all the best.